Aidan O'Connell's future in Las Vegas. So here's the scoop. According to Vic Tafur and Tashin Reed from The Athletic, there's a real chance the Raiders could look to trade Aidan O'Connell during NFL draft weekend. Yeah, you heard that right. Why? Well, the team might be eyeing a new young QB to sit and learn behind Geno Smith, who just signed a multi-year deal as the new starter. And guess what? Tom Brady, now a minority owner of the Raiders, actually likes the idea of having a rookie QB on the bench, soaking up knowledge like a sponge. Now, even though this draft class isn't packed with elite quarterbacks, there are still some intriguing names out there. And if the Raiders decide to grab one, maybe in the first or second round, Aiden could be the odd man out. Let's be real. O'Connell has had a roller coaster ride since joining the Raiders. Some highs, plenty of lows, but overall, he's been a solid backup. A guy who could fit into just about any quarterback room in the league. If the Raiders can get a day 3 pick for him, I can totally see them pulling the trigger. But here's the big question. Is this really the end of Aiden in Vegas? Or is this just the beginning of something even bigger for him? Stick around because this story is just getting started. Now look, I know I've been tough on Aidan O'Connell at times, but let's be honest, there's potential in this kid. In just 20 games with the Raiders, Aidan has thrown for 3,830 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. He's been sacked 34 times, yet he's still managed to show flashes of solid quarterback play. That's not nothing. So here's the deal. If a team out there offers a day 3 draft pick, I really believe the Raiders might pull the trigger, especially if that team's looking for a young quarterback they can shape and mold. Now, don't get it twisted. The Raiders don't have to move on from AOC. But if we bring in a new rookie quarterback, I could understand why they might. And here's where things get spicy. Let's talk about the New Orleans Saints. Yep, the same team that's now dealing with a serious injury to Derek Carr. According to Ian Rappaport, Derek Carr has a shoulder injury that might knock him out for the entire 2025 season. That's huge. It means the Saints could be shopping for a quarterback right now. So, how does that affect the Raiders? Well, if the Saints are in need of a young, cheap QB with starter potential, Aidan O'Connell could be their guy. If New Orleans calls up and offers a day 3 pick, the Raiders might just say yes, letting AOC step in to replace the same guy he once backed up in Vegas. Talk about a full circle moment. But there's more. The Saints hold the 9th overall pick in the draft. The Raiders, they've got pick number 6. And here's where things get even more interesting. Because Shadeur Sanders, the son of Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, might still be on the board at number 6. Reports say the Saints are very interested in Shadeur, but guess what? So are the Raiders. So picture this. The Saints are desperate. They want Shadeur badly. They pick up the phone and offer the Raiders a deal. Maybe their 9th overall pick, plus a second or third rounder to move up 3 spots. Would you take that? Me personally, if Shadeur's sitting there at 6, I'd snatch him up. Let him learn behind Geno Smith. Don't overthink it. Draft the guy and build for the future, but I get it. The Raiders have a lot of needs, both on offense and defense. Trading back for more picks could help plug some of those holes. So here are the 2 scenarios I see playing out. Option A, trade our 6th pick to the Saints for their 9th pick and a 2nd round pick. Narpadu. Option B, trade the number 6 pick for the Saints' number 9 and their 3rd round pick. So, Raider Nation, I'm throwing it to you. Which move would you make? Option A or option B? Or would you stay put and draft Shadeur if he's still on the board? If I had to choose between the 2 trade options we talked about earlier, I'm definitely going with option A. Take the 1st and 2nd round picks and stack even more value in this draft. But let's be real. The Raiders might only get a 3rd rounder out of a deal like that, and honestly, even then, the possibilities are endless. Think about what we need. A running back, a wide receiver, a quarterback, and definitely help on the offensive line. So yeah, more picks. More chances to fix this roster. Now, even if we don't land Shadeur Sanders, I'm not too worried. There are plenty of other QBs worth looking at. Jackson Dart, Jalen Milroe, Will Howard, Dylan Gabriel, and maybe even the next guy I want to talk about, Quinn Ewers. The former Texas Longhorns quarterback popped up today on the Rich Eisen show, and guess what? He mentioned the possibility of playing for the Raiders. Quinn said he'd love to play for Coach Pete Carroll. He spoke really highly of him. called him awesome, and said Carroll is all about competing. Quinn said it's not just on the field. You're either competing or you're not. That mindset, he already lives by it. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If the Raiders decide not to use the sixth overall pick on a quarterback, since they already have Geno Smith, they'll still need to bring someone else into that QB room. Someone young, someone hungry. Could that someone be Quinn Ewers? I'm not saying it's a lock, but I am saying write it down, keep an eye on it. Because Ewers to the Raiders? That could make a lot of sense. Man, you love to hear young players speak highly of our coaches. And that's exactly why I was so hyped when Pete Carroll became our head coach. He's not just respected, he's earned that respect. From dominating in college to winning in the NFL, the man has a resume that speaks for itself. And now that he's in Las Vegas, there's no doubt players are going to want to play for him. So hearing that Quinn Ewers, one of the more intriguing quarterback prospects in this draft, wants to come compete under Carroll, that says a lot. And let's not forget, compete is the theme for the Raiders heading into 2025. It fits perfectly with Quinn's mindset. He's not coming in asking for a starting job. He's coming in ready to earn it. If he's sitting there in the third or fourth round and the Raiders have already filled other key needs, why not take a chance on him? Quinn has the tools. He's got a strong arm, a quick release, and smooth mechanics. He can make every throw in the NFL. He can move when needed. Sure, he's battled some inconsistencies and injuries, but the upside? It's real. And under a coach like Pete Carroll, who breathes competition, this is the perfect spot for a guy like Quinn. Either he comes in, sits behind Geno Smith, learns and develops, or maybe, just maybe, he surprises everyone and competes for the QB1 job. It might be a long shot, but imagine that competition during training camp. That's how you build a real team. The Raiders have already met with Quinn Ewers, along with several other quarterback prospects. And even Chip Kelly had great things to say about him. So, yeah, Quinn to Vegas, I wouldn't rule it out. With everything Quinn Ewers brings to the table as a quarterback, I wouldn't be shocked if the Raiders grab him in the third or fourth round, especially if he's still sitting there. He could very well be the future quarterback of this franchise. But now I want to hear from you, Raider Nation. Would you be down to see Quinn Ewers in silver and black if we can get him in the third or fourth round? Do you think he has what it takes to become a solid starting quarterback for us? Or is there another quarterback you'd rather see the Raiders go after in that range? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments below.